रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन है, म्यूट करके रखना। Today we will discuss about properties of the milk. In the last class we have discussed about physicochemical properties of the milk. Today we will discuss about microbial properties of the milk. In addition of being a nutritious food for humans, milk is also favorable for the growth of microorganisms, yeast, molds and bacteria, and they mostly grow at the temperature above 16 degree Celsius. 16 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius is the most favorable temperature for the growth of the microorganism. Microbes can enter into the milk via cow, air, feed stuff, milk handling equipment and the milker. So these are the sources through which microbes can enter into the milk and they can contaminate. Once microorganisms get into the milk, their numbers increase rapidly. It is more effective to exclude microorganisms than to try to control microbial growth once they have entered the milk, because once they have entered the milk, it is very difficult to control their reproduction and control their growth. They can easily spoil the milk or milk product and also hampers the processing. So it is better to control the entry of milk via cow, air, feed stuff, and also during milk handling and equipment and milker. Nearly all changes that take place in the flavor and appearance of the milk after it is drawn from the cow are the result of the activities of the microorganism. Therefore, it is very essential to control these microorganisms. Means if a large number of microbes when get entry into the milk, they can easily spoil. They can do lipolytic action or proteolytic action, and by this their action they can change the flavor and appearance of the milk, also the color, appearance and flavor of the milk gets changed due to spoilage by the microorganisms. Significance of microbes in the milk. Microbial content serve as an indicator for production condition and sanitary quality of the milk. It also prevents the spoilage, prevention of milk-borne illness, production of dairy products with desired characteristics imparted via microorganism introduction. Some microorganisms are beneficial and some microorganisms are harmful for the milk. Some microbial which are beneficial for the milk like lactobacillus, streptococcus lactis, they are used mostly for the production of fermented milk product like curd, yogurt, cheese, etc. But other harmful microbes can easily do spoilage of the milk, and also they can be a source of milk-borne diseases and can be a source for the disease production in the human being who consume this milk. The types of microorganisms found in the milk may vary, like bacteria, yeast and mold, bacteriophages, and commonly encountered. Viruses and protozoa are seldom observed in the milk and is occasionally contaminants. Bacteria, which causes mostly spoilage of the milk, are of following types. They are mostly of four main groups: gram-positive cocci. Cocci means which are spherical in shape, because they have no locomotory organ, they are spherical in shape, are called cocci bacteria. Gram positive non-spore forming rods, these are cylindrical bacteria, rod like bacteria, and are non-spore forming. Gram positive spore forming rods, they have spores on their surface. And gram negative non-spore forming rods. These are the main four types of bacteria which mainly spoil the milk. Normally present in the milk, and they are also used as a starter culture for the production of the cultured dairy products. They ferment the lactose sugar and produces lactic acid in the milk, thus changes the acidity in the milk and decreases the pH of the milk due to production of the lactic acid. Microorganisms of concern. The following microbes are mainly present in the milk: Brucella species, Campylobacter jejuni, Coxiella brunetti, Escherichia coli, Listeria monocytogenes, Monobacterium bovis, Mycobacterium paratuberculosis, Salmonella species, and E. coli. E. coli is a very important microorganism found in the milk, and it is a facultative anaerobes, means it can grow even in presence of the sometimes oxygen. Facultative anaerobes means true anaerobes are the which only grows in the absence of oxygen, but facultative anaerobes means they can grow even in presence of oxygen, and they also survive even in absence of oxygen. Both they are facultative anaerobes. Optimum growth at around 37 degrees Celsius is the most favorable temperature for the growth of the coliform bacteria. It is very important and known as indicator organism, and are closely associated with the presence of pathogens but not necessarily pathogenic themselves. They ferment lactose with production of acid and causes rapid spoilage of the milk. They are killed by pasteurization, and their presence is an indication of post-pasteurization contamination of the milk. Coliform is known as indicator organism. This is very important line because it indicates the post-pasteurization contamination in the milk, means that is during processing or handling of the milk, coliform get incorporated further in the milk, and so they are found in the milk. Because during pasteurization they are totally killed, but after pasteurization again they are found. It indicates that they have been added during contamination or mishandling or misprocessing of the milk. Yeast and molds. So coliform are also indicator of unhygienic processing of the milk. Yeast are most frequently encountered in the raw cream, during which the weather produce acid and CO2. They are also contaminants throughout the year. Yeast produces lactic acid by fermenting the lactose sugar, and also they produce CO2 gases. Thus, their presence indicates the presence of gases, and it can be identified by the seeing the holes present on the surface of the milk or milk product, through which the CO2 gases tries to ooze out outside the product. Molds. Their growth is visible as a fuzzy or fluffy growth on the surface of milk or milk products. They may be colorful, black, green, gray, blue, or white. They discolor the product and often produce repulsive or undesirable of odors, essential in production of the certain varieties of the cheese. During ripening of the cheese, we use molds, but at a normal temperature, when it is kept or at room temperature or in presence of the moisture, molds are growth, and they can spoil the milk or milk product by producing different color or different changes of the flavor or producing of flavor or of odor in the product. The color may be of different type and spot like presence. There we can identify the molds by the presence of their colonies, black, green, gray, blue or white on the surface of the milk or milk product. Factors affecting growth of the microorganism in the milk. Various factors which provides the favorable condition for the growth of the microorganism in the milk are food supply to water, because milk contain high amount of moisture, about 80% moisture. So it is the good source for the growth of the microorganism. It also provide energy, carbon, nitrogen, vitamin and minerals for the as a nutrients for the growth of the microorganism. Moisture. Milk has high content of moisture, so it gives the favorable condition for the growth of the microorganism. Oxygen supply. Obligate aerobes, facultative microaerophilic, aerotolerant anaerobes. Obligate anaerobes can easily grow in the milk. Acidity and pH. Acidophilic. Lactic acid. When lactose has been broken down by the presence of microorganisms, lactic acid is produced, and it provides acidity and low pH also for the growth of the microorganism. Light, concentration, temperature. Low temperature for psychrotrophs, mesophilics grow mostly at 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, and thermophils grow mostly at high temperature, about 55 to 65 degree Celsius. Thermophils bacteria are generally yogurt producing bacteria. Thermophiles are used for production of the yogurt, like lactobacillus thermophilus. They grow at very high temperature, that is above 45 to 50 degree Celsius. And psychrotrophs grow at low temperature, that even at refrigeration temperature. And antimicrobial constituents. Thus, the results of microbial growth in the milk, that how milk get spoiled. The principal causes are psychrotrophs. They destroy the milk at low temperature. Most of the microbes also destroyed by pasteurization temperature, but some may survive, like Pseudomonas species. Pseudomonas fluorescens and Pseudomonas frasii get survived even at pasteurization temperature, and they destroy the milk even at low temperature as a psychrotrophs. Other species and strains that survive pasteurization and grow at refrigeration temperature produce heat-stable proteolytic and lipolytic enzymes and causes spoilage are Bacillus, Clostridium, Corynebacterium, Arthrobacter, Lactobacillus, Microbacterium, Micrococcus and Streptococcus. Thus, these proteolytic and lipolytic bacteria also produces spoilage in the milk and milk product by lytic action on the protein and lipid. They thus changes the color and odor of the milk and milk product, and also they produces of odor. Effect of bacterium in the milk, they produce mostly souring, and lactose fermenting bacteria produces sourness in the milk. If sourness and gasiness both are produced, then it is caused by coliform bacteria. It produces both lactic acid and CO2 gases. Aroma bacteria are starter culture. Mostly they are the beneficial bacteria. Streptococcus diacetyl-lactis are aroma producing bacteria and used for the production of good aroma during the curd and yogurt preparation. Proteolysis bacteria, these produces unpleasant odors and they are harmful bacteria, and when they are present in the controls they are desirable and used for the cheese production, but if they are present in the large number they produces unpleasant odor and undesirable. So their controlled presence is good, but uncontrolled presence causes lysis and production of the unpleasant odor. Propinus producing bacteria, this is also harmful bacteria. They spoil the milk generally, and the milk get appears like long, like when put in from one utensils to another utensils. This bacteria is Alkaligens viscolactis. This produces ropiness in the raw milk. Sweet curdling. It is due to production of rennin-like enzyme which curdles without souring and storming fermentation. It is the rapid fermentation by Clostridium perfringens. Color changing bacteria. These are the harmful bacteria. Pseudomonas syncytia. This produces blue. Serratia marcescens produces red color. So these are the harmful bacteria and they causes changes in milk and milk product color. If the initial number is high, that means bacterial number is high in the initial period, they cause rapid spoilage of the product. So it is very important to check the number at lowest amount, and so it is recommended that as soon as milk is produced or pasteurized it should be kept at refrigeration temperature, means just above 0 degrees Celsius but below 5 degrees Celsius, to avoid the undesirable growth of the microorganism. Pasteurization either at 145 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes or 161 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 pressure for 30 seconds eliminates most of the pathogenic bacteria, particularly Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Boiling of milk destroys all microorganisms except spore formers. Means if we boil the milk, spore forming bacteria may survive, but it destroys at very high temperature or at sterilizing temperature. So cooling or under improper refrigeration, spore germinate and cause spoilage of the boiled milk. Thus our bacteria can also spoil the milk, but few bacteria are good quality and then they are used for the fermentation of the milk. So microbes are of two types, beneficial and harmful bacteria. Both are present in the milk. This is all about microbial properties of the milk. Okay, any question?
Okay.
Thank you.